Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you that you never, ever turn your back on somebody you respect or you're afraid of. My channel may be new, but I've been around, man, and I simply couldn't not share this gem with you. Way back before he was saved by DDP Yoga, I had the chance to interview a future WWE Hall of Famer. That man, Jake the Snake Roberts. The interview was lost for many years. It was hidden for many reasons, including technical issues, I just don't use camera guys anymore, as well as the fact that the interview is only 3 months before Jake would change his life and rehabilitate with DDP. But the man had some stories, and I think you'll like what you see, especially if you're not familiar with the past of Jake the Snake yourself. Now this one is a bit different from your standard shoot interview, as I had to get creative with how to salvage a poorly lit, poorly shot, poorly mic'd interview. So there's going to be plenty of cuts to me and my former co-host Kellen Nitro, who's now with Nitro Maniac TV Wrestling. But if you ever wanted to learn more about Jake, give it a watch. Hope you enjoy. That we wanted to give you guys a gift, and that gift is an unreleased interview that we had actually shot in 2012 with WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts.
Absolutely, and this is something, like you said, that's completely unreleased. Nobody has seen it until now, except myself and you.
Now, there were a lot of topics that Jake covered, and we wanted to just express a couple things. There were a lot of issues why this didn't go out when it went out, from technical, first and foremost being, we didn't expect to be doing an interview with Jake Roberts. We went down there to do an interview with Sin Bodhi, and Sin just sends us a message while we're out in the afternoon the next day going, I can give you guys Jake. And we had already sent our camera guy home, the guy who actually filmed our interview with Sin, Adam, great guy, he was gone. We had no mics, we had no lights, we had nothing. So this was very makeshift, and for that reason we're going to apologize for video quality. We've done our best. And the first topic we're going to throw out is very simply, we introduced Jake and asked him for an Owen Hart story, being in Calgary, Alberta at the time.
Sit back and enjoy, everybody.
Welcome to Calgary. You were here for the Calgary Expo?
I lived here.
You did?
And then I left. 1977, I lived in Calgary. And I had a pretty good roommate by the name of Brett, somebody Hart. Hitman. And in fact, before I came up on this trip, I went on my, what's it, that thing called, your phone, you do, what's it called? Tweeting?
Texting.
Tweeting. Yeah. And I tweeted that, yes, Brett, please come see me. And that I'll be glad to put you in front of the line if you will go do a picture with me at the old house we lived together. We lived in a house together over by the zoo. And it was really good years, man. And I said, if you do that, then you can stay. I'll get you a place in front of the line, but if not, get to the back of the line just like everybody else.
Very nice. I'm not going to say afraid to. At some point, I'm going to say, what's your best Owen story? But coming back up to Calgary, obviously the fans. How did?
Why did you say Owen?
He's a topic that he comes up.
I'll tell you the best Owen story for me. 1977. Going over to Stu's house, avoiding a dungeon. Stu was near. I was even good at avoiding him once he got in there, because I was quick, but I'm a snake and I'm good at shit. It was the last thing he wanted to have his hands on. But I came outside the dungeon after a workout, and me and JYD and a couple of people, back then it was Sylvester Ritter, but we came out. They were playing flag football. And Jesus Christ, there must have been 20 people out there playing. I'm like, what the fuck are all these kids? Oh, it's family. No shit. I forgot. But Owen was out there. And they were choosing teams, and JYD made a captain, I made a captain. And both of us were avoiding Owen. Because he was a little fucking shit. He was 9 years old. The youngest went out there, and nobody wanted Owen. We quickly found out that little prick was a pretty good athlete. But 9 years old, man, playing flag football. That was my first time with Owen. And, that's what I will always remember him as.
So,
Wow, you went right for the fucking nuts right there with the first one. That's cool. That's
That
a good
was-
question, and I appreciate that.
and see, I'm mortified. That was one of the ones that, that was just coming up. There's a lot of stuff I over the course of it. We'll see what I can get away with booking for the door.
That won't happen. You won't have a chance for the door.
I just gotta be faster than him.
No.
For obvious reasons, you can tell I'm a little bit intimidated. Trying to host Jake Roberts, who is a big, towering, intimidating person who spent my entire childhood trying to scare me. And I think Jake knew. But since I said earlier we were not prepared for a Jake interview, I decided to do as all good internet reviewers do, and I went to Wikipedia. Big mistake, because the first thing that comes out of my mouth from Wikipedia, which to this day in 2015 it still states this to be true, Jake got really upset when I dared say that he was trained by his father, Grizzly Smith. Have a listen.
You started in '75. You were trained by your dad, Grizzly Smith.
The fuck I was.
Correct me, please.
I was never trained by my father. My father never wanted me in wrestling. The first time that was ever approached, I was actually going to be an architect out of high school, and I went down to see my lovely father, who never raised me. Showed up once a year, well, I don't know, he was checking for semen or my dirty shorts, I don't know. But he'd show up once a year and say, hey, and that was his fathering. And my mother and stepfather raised me, and God bless him. But, him train me? Fuck, I was down in Louisiana after, hey, Dad, guess what, I graduated from high school. And, oh, you know that, I know, because you never show up for shit. And he's like, yeah, what are you down here for? Well, I just want to let you know I graduated, man. I was the first one of the Smith family to ever graduate high school. And here I am. And his attitude was, when you're going to college, yeah, well, I hope you're not here for money. Well, fuck you, man, thank you. And from there, a couple of nights later, I went to watch him wrestle. And, a very big man, 7 foot, 425. And I, in my youth and ignorance and alcohol involved, sat in the audience drinking beer, mad that my father had just fucking did this to me as I felt. And later on, I found out that I was wrong in doing that. I'll explain that if I forget it. Remind me. Decided that if my father was going to have to look at me as a man, what I had to do was go out in that ring and challenge a wrestler. And after I beat his fucking ass, my dad would have to kiss my ass. And that's the alcohol. And that's the youth. I wasn't a complete fucking idiot. I chose an old wrestler named Bad Boy Billy Hines. A miniature Santa, if you will. 5'10", cannonball shaped, looked to be 60 in my youthful eyes. I challenged him. I went to the ring and he beat the fucking dog shit out of me for 20 minutes. Made me piss myself, shit myself, and cry. I remember going to the ring that night and challenging him, and all people were going, yeah, man, you're bad, dude. Yeah, fucking A, man. Yeah, old dude, I'll whip your fucking ass, man. I'm a bad motherfucker. None of those people were there, man, when this motherfucker was making me piss and shit myself. As I crawled my ass to the locker room, crying, fucking mouth busted, pants full of shit, piss. As I got to the locker room door, I looked at my father, all 7 foot, 425. He looked down at me and said, I'm ashamed of you. You're gutless, and you'll never amount to anything.
It's pretty harsh.
I wonder why they call me Jake the Snake. that moment, I threw away my dream of becoming an architect. That's what my dream was. I never wanted to be a wrestler. Okay? I hated wrestling. My father had done it. I was never around him. And every time I was around him, somebody was kicking his fucking ass. Because he was a babyface. And so, the only problem is he's sold it all, man. That's wrong. And, that's back when I was real, by the way. That's when I decided, fuck being an architect. I'm going to be a wrestler and shove it up my father's ass. Point being, I was wrong. Wrong why? It is not my right to choose how you love me. To choose the way you love me. See, my father, I wanted him to be like a mix between fucking, John Wayne and the Cleaver father, okay? I wanted our house to be mom and dad, 2 kids, happy go, boom, boom, never a bad word said, and we all live happily ever after. That's bullshit. That's not the way. So it's my fucking fault. I should have accepted his love and said, you know what? Thank you. It was a nice taste. But youth and ignorance and alcohol. Thank God for all three.
To say that you took the ball and ran with it is just an understatement. You've made a legend of yourself.
I took the ball and fucking broke my neck trying. But what was I trying for? Trying to get something that I had no right for. My father never told me he was proud of me until a couple of years before he died. But what shames me is, more importantly, my father went out in his mind and told everybody else how proud he was. You know what? I don't give a fuck what he told me. I just wanted him to tell me. And that would have changed my life.
Now, Jake, of course, has a long storied career spanning continents, good moments and bad, and we asked Jake about being the road warrior, and oh man, that was not a term I should have used when I had said it originally. I believe he got really pissed off at that as well. This interview was going just as smooth could go.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, and Kellen just shaking in his boots behind the camera.
I think I was more scared than you were. I'll
You
be
were!
honest. Yeah, I was.
You were terrified, and you were drunk.
Yes.
But we talked about the territories Jake had gone to, and we ended up with a nice story about his experience with Georgia Championship Wrestling, which culminated with him telling Vince McMahon to shove it.
The reason I had misworded myself earlier and called you a road warrior was not yet tying with Leech and Doom. It was that of where, especially some of the people have come up here and talked to us, or that we've met or followed and all that, you pretty much went everywhere. You were one of those guys who, you did AAA, you did Hammerlock, you did Stampede, you did Mid-South.
1,000 different places. Yeah. I had to, I kept getting fired. I was the shits. I was horrible.
Fans like that.
I was horrible. In the beginning, I was horrible. I was so fucking bad, I'm ashamed to even think about how bad I was. I had a real problem when it came to wrestling. I vapor locked. I get in the ring, and no matter what I knew, they'd ring the bell, I'd go. And you could not bend me. You could punch me, and I would fall just like that. I didn't move. And this went on for a couple of years. And I got fired like every 6 weeks. I was fucking bad, man. Fuck, man, you got to move. You got to breathe out there. I go into Stone Man. And the guy that saved my ass was Buck Brody. Yeah. He seen my problem. He liked me because he hated my father. And although my father had told all these other promoters, don't hire my son, Buck Brody hired me anyway. And I went to where I was working for Buck, and I was doing the same shit every fucking night. And finally, one morning he called me about 7 o'clock in the morning. He said, "You're on television this morning," which I've never been on television. I'm like, that was my TV word. I vapor locked already. He says, come downstairs. We live in the same apartment complex. We went down there. He made me smoke about 8 fucking joints, about that big. I'd have done it normally on my own, but he really twisted my arm. I was so fucking stoned, man. He goes, you're wrestling on TV. I'm like, yeah, man, no problem, dude. Where's the car? And I went, and I wrestled on television. I had the best match of my career. Because I was so fucking stoned, I did not know my name. I couldn't hold myself rigid if you just stuck a fucking pipe handle up my ass. I'd have still melted around it. But it taught me something. That I needed to quit thinking. If you have to think in that ring, you're 3 steps behind me. I don't think in a ring. I never thought behind the microphone. If I thought, I'd have fucked it up.
It's that idea that if you put too much thought into it, you start thinking doubts.
You think long, you think wrong.
I like that.
Never second guess yourself. Unless you're married. And you already fucked up if you're married, so you're fucked.
Well, you were still kind of staying in that area, you know, where before the WWF in the mid '80s. Who else, you know, besides Buck? Well, Buck was obviously a big one.
Yeah.
Inspired
Bob
you.
Sweeten.
Took you in.
No, Bob Sweeten did not take me in. What he done was went out and made me a fucking idiot. And made me hit the ropes for about 2 hours straight one time. And I couldn't lift either arm like this. But it's okay because I was a referee, so I just went down like that. Eddie Graham. Eddie Graham. He opened the door to this. Because when you work for Eddie Graham, even as a referee, you would have to know 10 or 15 significant things in the match that were going to happen. You had to be in the right spot, looking the right way, smelling the right way, and moving the right way. See, even as a referee, your movement is very, very important. Your reaction is even more important. If I'm in the ring and I pull out a gun and I shoot your foot in the fucking head, and the referee goes, people
fans are going to yawn too.
But if I punch you and the referee goes, oh my God, and then gets on my ass, and the key thing is the heel to react and go, sorry, I didn't mean to punch him. Because if the heel just blows by the guy and does not adhere to his attention and his command of, what are you doing? Then he gets a fuck. It's sort of like if I'm on a grassy knoll and I pull out a gun and I shoot Kennedy 3 times. And you see me with the gun, but guess what? There's a state patrolman here and a state patrolman there, and they're looking at me while I shoot Kennedy. If they go, do you give a fuck if I shot Kennedy? And neither did they. Oh, that's it.
You did eventually get to the WWF where you didn't get canned in 2 weeks.
No, I lasted long.
What brought you into that the first couple of years? Like, what made you stick?
I think what made me stick is the fact that I didn't want to go. I was the booker of Georgia Championship Wrestling. I hired, I fired, whatever. That was when the Road Warrior did. Alicia Duke was created. Robbie Garvin was created. Brad Armstrong did it. Beyond Law creations. King Kong Bundy's a babyface. Oh my God, tell me I can't do it. When Vince McMahon bought Georgia Championship Wrestling, he showed up on Saturday morning with George Scott himself and said, we just bought Georgia Championship Wrestling, you all work for me now. And I said, well, you suck my fucking dick, you faggot motherfucker. Here, you'll need this paperwork. Threw it and walked out.
Wow.
I never said I was smart.
Got attention.
Well, it's not the right way to do it, really. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. was so in love with the job I was doing, I was heartbroken, okay? There was no disrespect to Vince, well, a little bit, but what the fuck? But it broke my heart, man, that my baby was being taken away from me.
All right, folks, it's the big moment for Jake Roberts. He was just Jake Roberts, but then the character offer of the Snake from Vince McMahon. Let's hear Jake talk about it.
I went to work for Von Erichs for 7 or 8 months, and then went back up to Louisiana. At which point, I wound up at a stalemate with Mr. Watts, and went to his GM, who was Terry Taylor at the time. That fucking shit. And said, look, I'm going on last year, and I am the fucking main event, but you guys are paying me like I'm on the second fucking match. Well, that's where you're billed. Well, bill or not, motherfucker, I'm on last. Well, what are you going to do about it? I said, how about this? I fucking quit. You got 2 fucking weeks, I'm out of here. And I went home, told my wife, I just quit. And she said, you stupid fucking bastard. You know? And I got on the phone the next morning, and I called Stamford, Connecticut. And I said, I'd like to talk to Mr. McMahon. And they said, oh, gee, that's too bad. He won't be back for 4 weeks. I'm like, oh my fucking God, I just quit my fucking job. I have no fucking job to look forward to. I am so fucked. Hung up the phone rang 15 minutes later. Mr. McMahon said, get your ass on an airplane, fly up there, we won't talk. I flew to Connecticut. I was picked up by them. Oh my God, I fucking went home. I've never been one of these. Take him to Greenwich, Connecticut. And in Greenwich, I was met by the people and taken into the office. And I should have known, right, what I was looking at, and what the real world was about. Because I looked up, and here's all these fucking books on psychology. Vince McMahon, they tell me I'm the best. No, McMahon, you're the best. Trust me. I like that, trust me. But anyway, because that's what he's about. And I stood there, and sit there, and he walked in, he goes, oh, I take your thing, right. He goes, here's what we picture. Picture? Okay, what do you picture? We picture a guy wearing lime green pants with snakes around his leg, purple pants and lime green snakes. Knee-high laced boots and carrying a snake. Do you have a problem? I'm like, well, the carrying the snake thing was my idea from Bill Watts, but Bill Watts, oh no, a snake, you don't carry a snake in the back? For real? That's a goddamn circus, you stupid bastard. We're in wrestling. Sorry, Bill, you were fucking wrong, you know? And I said, I don't have a problem with the snake, but dude, those laced up boots. I mean, Mr. McMahon, just to be brutally honest with you, when I die, I don't want to think about lacing up. When I get in front of the man, he's going to say, Jake, you realize you spent 600 days of your life lacing up fucking boots. You idiot. Why not slip-ons? And it's true. You spent, at the time, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 37 years. How much time are you doing boots, right?
That's insane.
I'm queer for some shit, but I'm not going there, okay? And I said, you know, Vince, boot shit, man. Yeah, man. Slip-ons, dude. That's what I'm all about. And I said, and another thing, too. I said, man, spandex, actually, you see my fucking legs? They're skinny, man. I'm not doing spandex, man. I wear karate pants, man. I'm like, I flow with this shit, man. He goes, well, Jake, here's the thing. We got a spot that's going to make $1.5 million for a guy per year. Wearing purple and lime green spandex, lacing knee-high fucking boots up and carrying a snake. Are you interested? You know, come to think of it, I'd be a hot-looking motherfucker in that fucking spandex window. Mama didn't say that's stupid. As far as being able to stick in the WWE, it was pretty simple. Not for a lot of guys, but for me. Because my mind. I've been gifted with this fucking thing up here that sits on my shoulders. And not by my doing, because Lord knows I did everything I could to fry it.
If there's one of those things that Jake is known for being incredibly good at, especially better than many of the others of his time, it was his ability to cut promos. And Jake has an interesting story to go here with, one, why he never shouts, and two, why he speaks the way he speaks.
When I bumped into you at the hotel the first time, I did my best not to interrupt your breakfast and that, because you gotta be sick of that shit. No, I waited till you were done.
No, it still made me sick.
That's understandable. But I shook your hand and said you're an absolute game changer, and then I nearly spilled my freaking coffee trying to be like, oh crap, you didn't punch me out. The thing is,
I like that game changer. That was pretty cool.
well, it's absolutely
That was
true.
you?
That was me.
God, because I had wood for you for a while. I thought you were much slimmer.
Well, you went out there and you just did everything different. Especially, and the first and foremost thing people are going to remember are the promos. Everybody went out there, they stared at the mic, they yelled out about how they're going to take out Hulk Hogan at the next show, and you decided, I don't know if you're a horror movie fan, you're just
No,
low-voiced.
it's a horror movie.
Low-voiced, very serious. You made it sound like you were contemplating exactly how you were going to massacre somebody.
No, it's not. No. There's a few things that hit you on this one. Number one, I got a knee drop in my throat. 76, something like that, 75. It crushed my voice box. I can't scream if I wanted to. But the most important thing is this. Question. I walk into a room, there's 1,000 people in there, and I scream, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill y'all. How many people I scared? Really? They're all talking.
Oh, they're all talking shit. Then maybe the 4 people like near you, maybe a dozen.
I slam the door. You hear the door shut. Everybody turns. But then I go, I got something to tell you, man. How many people are trying to hear me?
Anyone in the vicinity that sees you,
Right. Why?
because they want to know what's going on.
What's going on?
Yeah.
He's whispering something. What the fuck? If you whisper, people want to hear what you have to say. One of the best ever interviews I ever did in the WWA, ERF, or G, was I went out in front of the camera and I went just like this. The sound guy goes, oh, Jake, we're not getting you. You're not ready to do that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just tape it. Now, reach over and touch your son and tell him that I cannot make you get up and fix a television that's not even broke. Tell your son you're not afraid of me, that I can't make you move even though I said nothing. And tell your wife how much I love her. Wait, she already knows.
Devious.
That is nuts and grabs. Okay? Make people think when you're doing an interview. I'm gonna kill you. What's wrong with that? How many people have you killed?
Well, I'm going to say none for now.
Okay. So, what happens is you go out and say these things and then you don't do them. What you've done is destroy your own credibility.
Sure. It becomes exactly.
I'm going to bring you the truth. If you don't bring the truth, guess what? You're a lying piece of shit. Do I come back to you? No, I don't.
Kellen, a problem with the wrestling industry being as aged as it is, and with fans that have held on as long as we have, is we have seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably seen things 5 or 6 times in the same match.
On the same Monday night card, Jimmy. In the same hour. Hell, in the same minute.
Yep. Super kicks galore. Thanks, Usos. Jake talks a little bit about the importance of protecting moves, protecting wrestlers, and protecting the business.
Who's tough in this situation? You and I are wrestling. You clothesline me 4 times, I clothesline you 4 times. Who's tough?
Whoever gets up last.
Wrong. Neither fucking one of us. We're both lying pieces of shit. What?
You're both getting
If
up.
I fucking clotheslined you and you're gonna get up, guess what? I'm a cunt. Okay? How do I prove that? Destroy your own credibility and you have nothing. If I say I'm gonna kill you and I don't, I'm a liar. I'm a loser. I can't do it. I'm a pussy. If I clothesline you 4 times and you get up, I'm a cunt. I'm a pussy. I can't do it. Alright? Now, let's say you're married. And you've been married 25 years. But, in that 25 years, you never fucked around on your own. Alright?
Okay.
But, god damn it, one night, you fucking go to the Marriott in Calgary, Alberta, and that goddamn Jake Roberts takes you out and you fuck a midget. And you go home and you feel so bad because you cheated on your wife the first time. Right? 25 years. And you look at her and say, baby, I'm crying because fucking Jake Roberts, we got fucked up tonight and I fucked a midget. And I'm sorry, I've never fucked around on you in my life. Does she believe you? Does she believe you?
I just believe it. There's no chance in fucking hell she believe it.
Why?
Well, first of all, you're hanging out with Jake Roberts in the middle of the
Right.
bar in Calgary.
Right.
Secondly,
You
well,
cheated.
okay.
What did you do when you cheated? You destroyed your credibility. Same thing if you said on the fucking interview, I'll kill you, and you don't. You destroy your own credibility. If you destroy your own credibility, guess what? 6 years from now, you come back, you think that woman believes you now? No. Why? Because you cheated 6 years ago, cocksucker. And guess what? You destroyed your own credibility. You don't get it back.
That's true.
No matter whether it's a wrestling ring or a marriage. That's what's wrong with wrestling today. People go out and do all this ridiculous horse shit, and nobody fucking believes it. Yet these fucking guys keep getting up, and guess what? Oh, they use the DDT. Guess what? I love it when they use the DDT. Because you know what that tells people? When Jake Roberts did it, you did not fucking get up. Therefore, Jake Roberts must be better than you. He did not destroy his credibility. I'm not just a pretty face and small dick. I know shit.
He cut this down.
Hey, Kellen, what's the worst type of match?
Anything on a pole.
Haha, good answer. In this one, Jake Roberts talks about his most hated type of match, and why gimmick matches are just done badly.
Well, you got a good run, quite a few programs with Andre the Giant. Don't know, some fans who are watching this from areas south of Canada might not
March.
get the references or the importance of this, but Rick Martel was kind of a bigger deal up here.
Yeah.
It was actually, that was one of my first matches I'd actually seen was the blindfold match.
Oh, I didn't see it because I had a blindfold.
For having a blindfold on, I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean,
Very simple. Actually, the first blindfold match I was in was way back, man, in the Nashville territory. It was a blindfold battle royal. Can you imagine that horse shit?
how many people were
I don't know, 5,000. I don't know, I couldn't see.
Oh, that just
No, it
screams.
was like 12 people. But bottom line is, guess what, folks? I can see a little something. The premise behind it is wonderful. You don't know who you're grabbing, who you're telling story. If you remember the match, is the bullshit that we did, running past each other, taking a punch and the fucking guys over there.
The slow backup into each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's so fucking good. Or this thing. So that way all, it bites my ass that I have people come to me, Jay, man, I watched that blindfold match and I was screaming so loud for you. I'm like, excuse me, you were fucking Winnipeg, Manitoba. How could I fucking hear you? They said, yeah, I was hoarse screaming for you. I'm like, ain't that a fucking bitch? I've been out there breaking bones and you didn't scream for me, yet you scream your balls off 2,000 miles away expecting me to fucking pissed off and I didn't hear you. Yeah.
Well, that was a time when, when a gimmick was put into a match, it meant something.
Why did it mean something?
Well, because it was something that you didn't see. It was elevation.
No. It's because we did it right.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. Gimmick matches are wonderful if you do them right. Vince McMahon, the worst thing he ever done was kill a cage match. Do you agree?
I absolutely.
How did he kill it?
Well, from what we've got, they made it.
What was the cage for? Jesus.
It's to stop people from escaping it. It was to keep people in the damn ring.
Now, how do you win now?
Now you run out
By
the hell
getting
out of the ring.
By getting out.
Thank you.
Okay. So therefore, the cage was to keep people out of it from interfering, or to keep you in it so there's a 1, 2, 3. Now the way you win it is by getting out of it. Wait a minute. Why don't we have a cage with a revolving door, a ladder, a trapdoor? What the fuck? That's not a cage, is it?
It's like, tune in next week, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase in a who can run to the limousine and get to the airport fastest match. It's run away.
It's bullshit. You kill it. I think one of the biggest problems in wrestling today is there's no disqualification. Unless they want one. Mm-hmm. I mean, for fuck's sake, I can hit you with a goddamn sledgehammer. I can run over you with a car. What is the most dangerous wrestling maneuver today?
Today?
Yeah. The one that beats more wrestlers than anything.
Well, you can go with that fireman's carry.
No. Schoolboy.
Oh, the roll-up, yeah.
Schoolboy. I can't beat you with a sledgehammer. I can't beat you with a fucking gun. I can't run over you and kill you. But I can schoolboy your ass and beat you. Wait. What the fuck is that about? You know what that's about?
Distraction.
Bullshit. That's about bullshit. That's about guys not knowing their fucking talent. And, I don't want to get beat with this finishing maneuver. My thought is, if I'm going to get beat me with your biggest gun. Don't beat me with a fucking schoolboy, because then I'm a stupid fucking cunt. Right?
Exactly.
Beat me with your fucking sledgehammer. Although that's not a disqualification. Maybe they should. You know what? This could fucking bring wrestling back. Outlaw the schoolboy. It's too goddamn dangerous.
I like that.
I do too. Let's
It
go with
hurts
it.
people's necks to that idea.
No. It hurts my fucking mind that I can get beat with a fucking schoolboy. But not by a sledgehammer, or by a tombstone, or by a DDT. I can kick out one on the DDT, but that fucking schoolboy, 1, 2, 3, you can count to 20, there's no way I can get up.
The thing is that, just speaking for fans, we feel ripped off by it because all it shows is, he's sneaky, he managed to escape.
No, it's not. You
Well,
want to tell us fans? You're fucking idiots for watching.
Oh, yeah. Well, we felt like that since about 2003 at this point.
Here's the problem. When you have talent that does not believe in their talent, that are not comfortable in their talent, then you have 80 guys that all go out and do the same fucking thing. Cookie cutters, I call them.
Kellen, what would you say is the most important contribution Jake has made to, say, the Attitude Era?
Oh man, it has to be King of the Ring, 1996. the finals, the big match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jimmy.
Absolutely right. And Jake has a lot to say about this, including what he had done and would have done to improve Steve Austin's character.
When I came back in 96, it was getting that way. Because the Click was in power. I came back, and I made a superstar out of who?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Did I beat him up and DDT him 9 times? Shove my thumb up his ass? Well, I did that, but that was just for sex. DDT him 9 times, post him 12 times, suplex him 16 times. What did I do? You don't remember, Steve?
I don't remember.
What did I do? I went to the fucking ring and grabbed a hold. I grabbed his fucking arm. Which told the people, fucking Jason got his fucking arm by that motherfucker. He wanted to fucking jump to his feet and start going. I'm like, fuck you. There were 2 reasons I said fuck you. Number 1, I was fucking blown up. Number 2 is, I knew if I grabbed him in a hold and made him come up slowly and fight, the people would believe he could actually get away from me. Bada fucking B. At that time, Vince McMahon told me, that guy won't be what? Vince McMahon's opinion of Stone Cold Steve Austin at that time was what? Yes.
Before or after that?
No more than 3rd match on the card.
So you're going to get the WCW treatment. That's what you're saying.
I said, Vince, that is your next megastar. Are you fucking nuts? Watch this. We did that. He did the fucking interview. Do you think I didn't have any input into the interview?
Absolutely you did. Absolutely you did.
Do you think for one moment that man would have said that without me saying okay? You know what WWE fucking blew on? Was my next idea was Austin's 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill unless thou art pissed. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife unless she's really hot. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father unless they're stupid motherfuckers. That would have made money.
That would have been an awesome freaking t-shirt. That would have been an awesome line of freaking t-shirts.
It really is.
You know, something that's really harsh about the wrestling industry is because there is so much infighting and competition, there is a lot of bad blood between wrestlers, between staff, and with promoters. Now, Jake goes into great detail about the person he dislikes the most. And to the surprise of many, it's not Vince Russo.
Between those 2 stints, you ended up in WCW for a while.
Yeah.
You were actually, I'm trying to remember if you were you in a team or a stable where your father was actually brought in?
What?
Grizzly Smith, he worked with the WCW for it.
He
Yeah.
was there before I came there. That's one of the reasons I went there.
Well, the thing was...
I was coerced to leave WWE. But that being a corporate piracy thing and highly able to charge charges and shit, it was all done behind closed doors in secrecy. I was told by a guy named Kip Fry that if I would come to WWE,
WCW.
what kind of contract would I want? I went for the full money, man. And he agreed that I could have $3 million a year. Plus, every time there was a pay-per-view, and it was 1/10 of a point above what the last pay-per-view was, $100,000.
And then Bill Watts came in. Oh, sorry.
And here's the best part. My merchandising. My merchandising was going to be 50. Plus, my big thing was I wanted a 900 line. 90, 10. That contract would have been worth 15, 20 million a year. But because I had to wait 90 days after I quit WWE at WrestleMania, Bill Watts came in on the 86th day. Bill Watts' deal with WCW was, whatever I can save you, I get 25% of.
Damn.
He went back and made a lot of guys redo their contracts. How did he do that? I've got a 3-year contract. How can I make you redo that and take less money?
1 year, shorter term.
You're under contract for 3 years.
Okay.
How can I make you go back and redo it and take half the fucking money?
All that's coming to mind is either putting him in absolute misery and making him want to quit, making him want to drop out.
Hey, brother, you're under contract for 3 years. But guess what? For the next 3 years, every week, I'm going to beat you in the fucking middle with Peter Pan, the Twinkies, which they actually happen, and others. I'm going to make you dress up in a woman's fucking uniform, and you're going to wrestle like that, and get beat. The Steiners, Sting, all of them had to renegotiate. But Bill Watts with me looked at me and goes, that's a fucking shame. This is beautiful. Ripped it in half. He said, Jake, you already burnt your bridge up there. You told Vince to shut it. And not because I wanted to leave, because Vince lied to me. And you can go back there if you want to. So Jake, guess what? Fine. So, I go to work for them.
I would get the fuck out as soon as I could.
How can I? Where am I going to go? Up in you? Oh, Vince, let me suck your dick and come back? No. So I'm stuck. I'm going to drop a $5 million a year contract and settle for $250,000. But Bill Watts had a bad fucking idea, man. See, Bill Watts was such a fucking piece of shit. He'd say, you work for me. I'm going to give you $250. Okay? But every 12 weeks, you'll get the other half of your check. In other words, in that 12-week period, if you piss him off, he can fine you whatever he wants to.
Jesus.
And you don't get that money. So, I do the thing with Sting. They kind of make, hey, we want the snake to bite you. Fine. I have no problem with that. I'm a performer. Okay, let it bite you. Okay. No. I'll let it bite me in the face. In the fucking face?
That's just
Are you nuts? No, man. I'm a performer. I want it to bite me in the face, and that way I can really freak out. Because everybody can understand. See, I want to put that fear in everybody. If it bit me in the face and I came back, I'm like, I won't be the last one that bites me. I'm paralyzed now. You know? And I come back with that, what are they going to say? Oh, that sick motherfucker's going to get everybody.
that shit is real.
But Bill Watts did not do that. Bill Watts said, yeah, the other bites you in the face. And then I come to TV the next week to where we're supposed to bite somebody again. And I get told by a goddamn cameraman, oh, sorry, you can't have that snake on interviews. Mr. Watts has banned the snake. Really? Banned the snake? What are you talking about? Bill Watts was so stupid. He wants to create a bigger machine than Vince, but instead of using a piece of property that he can make other people with, he decides, if I kill that piece of property, that makes us better. No, if you take my fucking snake away from me and my DDT, and I go out and I do roll-ups, or I use the schoolboy, I'm not helping your product. I've just destroyed a character. Right?
Yeah.
So once I found that out, I went fucking psychotic. I even had like 3 beers that night. It was really tough, man. I mean, big beer, 16 ounces. But my mind was still there. My mind's just, how in the fuck are you going to deal with this, Jake? How did I deal with it? You know?
Well, besides going back, basically.
I couldn't go back. I was under contract.
Well, I meant eventually.
Eventually, but I was still under contract. So I said, you know what, man? I'm so down against alcohol and drugs that I want myself to go to rehab, because I don't want them little snakes out there to love me if I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. So, instead of continuing wrestling, I'm entering myself into rehab. What did Bill Watson do? He fined me all my fucking back money, didn't he?
All of it?
Oh, that's what I wanted. Why?
No clue.
All right. Let's say you're the judge. All right, here I am. I'm Bill Watts. Bill Watts says, that motherfucker's a drug addict, so I fined him all this fucking money and yada, 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 yada. He's a piece of shit out right now. My lawyer says, Judge, just say this. Jay Roberts here. He's worked all his life. He has worked very hard. He's went through ups and downs. But he went to work for WCW. And he wanted to be a better man. He wanted to come out and say, no, you're and now, Judge, you're going to let that fat bastard penalize you for doing the right thing. What do you think the equal opportunity lawyers in the United States said? Are you fucking kidding me? Brother, I'm sitting in downtown Atlanta at the Equal Opportunity Office. I'm the only white motherfucker in there. And they said, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Yo, I'm hearing fucking, what's his name? The black guy was killed. I've been to the mountain. Yeah, I've been to the mountain. And yo, here I am. Is that what he's doing the right thing? Bill Watson wants to job over this. Because he's a fucking piece of shit, fat motherfucking thief. Did I say out loud? Let me see. He's a look. Ask his kids, they'll tell you.
As I mentioned earlier on, we only got this interview because we had been down in Calgary, Alberta to interview Sin Bodhi. And he decided, as the nicest guy on the planet that he is, to throw us under the bus and feed us to the snake pit of Jake Roberts. But we won't hold that against him till we see him next time.
To this day, I still think that was a rib that was pulled on us by Sin.
It very well might have been. He did a good job.
It might have been, yeah. I think so.
But Jake has a lot of nice things to say, especially with regards to Sin Bodhi, so have a listen.
You've been around from the 70s to the modern era. You still show up every now and then. You've interacted with lots of people, taught lots of people, trained lots of people, mentored people. And I'll do this in 2 ways. Of the people that have followed you, who are you the most proud of or the least ashamed of that you've taken under your wing and helped out?
I don't want to single out anybody ever. I got too many people I love and too many people I hate. The best piece of talent out there today that's not being used at all is Sid Bodie. And I've told him, your problem is a lot like mine. You're too fucking smart and you get too much stronger. Jealousy is the most vile and ignorant piece of shit on this planet. Jealousy will get you murdered. Whether it be for pussy or for money or for a drink of water. You got it, I don't. Sid Bodie has it. Sid Bodie has it.
I was sold on him the first time I saw was it Slash throw darts directly into his back to cut a promo.
Well, that was easy.
But that
You ever see me squirt? Come on, remember.
next week on
He catches it in his mouth and everything. He turns it into a cheese ball and everybody's happy. All right, bud.
we can't express enough, how
I
appreciative.
hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you're not afraid.
Oh, I'm still afraid, but I'm here. Thank you, Jake the Snake Roberts.
And there you have it. And let me tell you, I was so very green back then, and Jake was a very intimidating man. Of course, he's since cleaned his life up, got himself a WWE Hall of Fame ring, even made his debut with All Elite Wrestling in March of 2020. And I cannot be prouder of what Jake has become. I would be absolutely honored if I got another opportunity to sit down and chat with him again. And if I do, what questions would you want me to ask him? Let me know in the comments section. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.